Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My lovely name is Paula Tali Habi. Right in the kiddies area, we have a portrait there that I love so much. My first ever portrait. Yeah, and this is it. Next, I'm going to stand here right next to the door and just show you my living room area where we now sit. Yeah, so as you can see, I have very different seats and there's a story behind each one of them. So let me start with this one and the sofa right there. These are like, they came as a set. The plan was at first was not to buy them, like to buy these seats. This was not what I wanted, but they were new and we got them at a very good price. So I decided, why not? So the first house I used to live in, the seats occupied a very big space in the living room area that it left no space for a table. Like the house was just too tiny. It was too small and we had to find a bigger space. And it was so sad also. The first day we bought them, I remember we had to leave them outside overnight because they could not fit through the door. And I was so scared because in that house we had already had a break-in before. These guys stole our television. We don't know who it was. We never found out who the person was. So yeah, that was just that. And we stayed without a TV set for like 2 years or 1 year. I can't remember. Around 1.5 years. So yeah, that was bad, but my greatest fear was just leaving them outside at night. I thought I wouldn't find them the next day, but luckily they were there the next day and I was so happy. They were fixed and they came through the door, and yeah, I stayed there for a little while and again I moved to another house. The next day we had to wait for the carpenter. They had to dismantle the back from the front so that it could pass through the door, and then once they passed it through the door, they now go into the house and fix it. Yeah, and that's just it. So I'm always really scared about these seats because sometimes I think that they become weak when they are dismantled. I'm not sure about that, but I just don't like the idea. So guys, this is also a lesson. When you're buying seats, you should be very careful. You should always, I don't know if you'll measure your door or what, but you should always be careful and buy seats that are going to pass through your door. Our lesson was learned the hard way. So for this next sofa, we bought it later on when we moved here. So we moved to a second house and it was bigger than the first house, but it was still not big enough. The baby had already come and we were worried that maybe by the time she starts crawling or starts walking, the space would be too small. So again, we stayed there for only a little while and then we decided to move to this house because of the space. I think this is the most spacious house that we've ever lived in for now. So yeah, I really loved this seat. This is a chair seat and we were lucky to also get it at a good price. It was very expensive at first, but the good thing that I love about my man, he has this language that always gets us very good things at a very good price as well. So yeah, the sofa, the set came in with the pillows and yeah, this is what they gave us. They're still in good shape. Yes, next I'm going to talk about this table of mine. I know you like it, I know you admire it at an angle. It looks so beautiful. Yeah. So guys, this is not what I had in mind when I took it to the carpenter. We had our own design already set. We showed the carpenter this is what we want And yeah, it wasn't just the seat, we also wanted a stand, the TV stand. We also wanted a stand that was made of pallets, a table and a stand that was made with pallets. So we talked to this carpenter, we gave him the images, yeah, and he agreed to do a good job and all that. So we trusted the carpenter, we paid him. Unfortunately, what he delivered is not what we expected, but I can say in this house, it's very big. This is not what we wanted. So in this house, at least it fits in well, but yeah, I think we just kind of got used to it. He left very big spaces, but still, it still functions as a table to us, so it's just okay. We accepted it. For the color, I think there's no original green that looks like this, so we had to go with the carpenter to someone who sells these paints. They had to mix until I was satisfied, and then that is what the carpenter painted. Yeah, that was the end result. It's green. Okay, the color is luminous green, and I am just a lover of green, by the way. As you can see also, the green also kind of like matches up with my wall on these two different sides. Yeah, and that's why I just love green. I don't know. Yeah, so next let me talk about this stand. So for the stand, the carpenter was supposed to make it using pallets. So I don't know if he understood us or he didn't understand his work well. I don't know what happened. So he ended up making the stand with wood, but that's not what we wanted. We wanted it made of pallets. It was supposed to be taller than this, a little bit, yeah, taller than this. So he made it using wood. It was so heavy, and the table he made using, I guess he used all the pallets that we had given him. Yeah, so we were not really satisfied with the end product, but what do we do? This is Kanairo. So next I'm going to talk about this system of mine. As you can see, we have the DVD in here. I don't know. Yeah, this is the DVD. Yeah, and it has several speakers. I think this is the big one, the bass. Yeah. My hubby is a lover of music, so he makes sure to make a statement with whatever he loves. So here guys, when you enter into my house, the first thing you'll notice is this fan up there. So these houses are usually hot. And I guess my landlord was so creative, he decided to to put this fan there, and it really helps a lot. Perhaps we can experiment that so that you can see that it's actually working. Yeah. And it moves around to distribute the air really well. Remember, I told you that my living room doesn't have windows. I know that sounds so weird, like how are we surviving? But don't worry, we are sorted. Yeah, and we're used to it. If it gets too much, you get to open the door from time to time. Yeah, so this is really working well. You can see even the curtains are moving around there. And it gets to distribute the fresh air really well around the house. So I will just turn it off. And it also has its own switch up there. You can just decide to turn it off, maybe if you're leaving the house. Yeah, this is also another one of those cartoons that we bought at 100 shillings. I really love the Minions. Yeah, and I decided to get them as well. There's still another one right here, Anna and Elsa. Yeah, I just really love it. They're so decorative, and they're also good because the baby watches so many cartoons. Yeah, and they like such things. Kids, black. And we were spoiled of choice, and we decided to go with this gold. So sijali nyumba yetu ni ya Wakamba, iko na rangi mingi. Anyway, yeah, it sort of just transformed this whole living room area, and this is how it looks. They used to sell it at around 400 per meter. Yeah, I guess. Right now, I don't know what the prices are because it's been a long time. They've served us for very long. It's been over a year. So yeah. We also have another one in the kitchen, and I'll talk about it when I get there. Over here, we also have another kiddie corner. These are just baby's dolls. She plays around with them. They can either be here or she decides to put them right there at her corner. Yeah, and she was sleeping. She started sleeping just as I had started recording this video, and I decided that I won't stop until I get through with this. Whew. So when I walk right into this chest sofa and look straight into it, whew, there is my TV. I don't know how it looks from here. Okay, it looks good. Yeah, I love it. So I told you guys that the first place you are living in, someone stole our TV set, and so we decided that, you know, let's just stay without it for a while. We used to use our phones to watch news and blah blah blah, social media and all those kind of things. So later on we decided to save up and get something good. So what we used to do, we used to go to the supermarket and check out the TV prices. These things used to inspire us. So we decided to start a project on saving up on things, and then we get them done. So it took us like a whole 1.5 years to finally settle on this. But remember, the prices at the supermarket are usually very high, especially on electronics. So we had decided on this brand called, I don't know if it's Heya or Haya. Yeah, I think I just loved their TV. But we ended up buying this one for some reason, and we also bought it from a friend. He's very good at his work, and they sell this kind of things, and they're very good. Also now past 1 year down the line, and it's working very well. Yeah. What else can I say about this? So mine is just to like motivate someone out there. Sometimes maybe your phone is stolen or something else is stolen, or you just lost it for some reason. Whew, don't give up hope. Sometimes God blesses you with even bigger and greater things. The one we used to use at that time was like a 32 inch. Now this one is like a 55 inch. Yeah, so God blesses you with even better things. So don't worry about anything. Hard work, yeah, and keep on praying. Yeah, and everything will just fall into place. Whew. And now I think that I'm done with the living room area. I don't think I've left anything or any stone unturned. Oh guys, you can also take a look at our ceiling. I know there's too much light up there, but yeah, our ceiling also kind of complements with our kind of the same green, the luminous green and white. Yeah, and it also went well with our colorful idea. So this is our humble home. It's very simple. We don't have so many things, but yeah, we're just happy with what we have. We're contented, and we keep on working hard to get even more, or to be even more. Whew. Now we move on to the next area. So as I had told you earlier, guys, this is the kitchen door. So we just get to open this curtain, and the first thing you see on the left side are these tanks. So the reason why we have so many tanks or big tanks inside the house is because we don't have a water supply, like a constant water supply. So we depend on water from Kanjo, and it comes like 2 to 3 times a week. So this is what we have to deal with. We need to sort ourselves. Then we have this fridge over there, and we also have a rope up there just for simple exercise. Yeah, plenty of bags around here. This tools also helps when you're tired and cooking in the kitchen. It can help to get some rest. Yeah, and here we have a shoe rack. And these are a set of shoes, all the way. So for this shoe rack, like, it took us quite some time before we got it, and actually we got it from the person who sold us these office tables. So first of all, I loved the color, and secondly, I loved the size. It's so big, like it has like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, as opposed to the ones we used to get. They had only like four stairs. So yeah, so that is it. I also love the color because it blended well with the colors that we had in mind for our house. Yeah, and so here we are. There are my sufurias, my cooking pans, my storage. This is my office table. So for this office table, it's about 1.2 meters if I'm not wrong, and it took us also quite a long time before we could get it. And the person who was selling them actually was selling them at a very cheap price compared to every other person who was selling. And yeah, it gave us a very good deal, and yeah, big saves. So we got 2 of those, plus the office chair. We also bought them from the same person. Now, as I had said, we have this carpet. We bought them together with the one that is in the sitting room, the gold one. So this one was cheaper than that one. At the time, we didn't have enough cash to buy like the same carpet, because the gold one was so expensive. So this one was a bit cheaper, but it was of better quality. It wasn't that bad, and it has served us for quite some time, even though it looks a bit old, but yeah, it's still serving the purpose. So from there, we have this wall that is blocking this side of the kitchen where we cook, and we have some accessories right over there that we use while cooking. Yeah, so there we are. Down there can serve as a storage, so there's so many things that you put down there. We have our jiko, blah blah blah. Then right here we have somewhere you can place your cooking gas and other essentials. As you can see, those are our utensils and so many more down there. And then we have a chimney right here. This is just the case for the blender, that thingy. I don't know how it's called. Yeah, and then right here we have this amazing cooker from Haya or Heya, I don't know the name quite well, but yeah, it's also serving us pretty well. I think I will do a video on that and how we got it, the process, blah blah blah. I'll make sure I do a video on that. So this is our sink, guys. This is where we do all the washing. So for this, like, I would just like to talk about this liquid soap. No, this is not a liquid soap. I'd like to talk about the soap that I use. I just love this kind of pastes, because according to me, the normal bar soap usually like gets to finish so fast as compared to the paste. I think it takes me a longer time when I'm using the paste, so I think it's very economical. If you haven't tried it yet, you should at least try. And yeah, you can tell me how it's taking you or what you think. If you've used it and you don't like it, you can also share your sentiments down there. Yeah, and right here, this is where we put on the cooker, this switch. We have the two, so this one is for the cooker. I don't know if I can get a clear view of that. It has refused to focus. But yeah, that is for the cooker, and the other one is for this water heater that is also serving us pretty well. And then right here, oh my, there's too much light outside. I decided to record this video the next day because the previous day there was too much dark, so I couldn't get quite clear images. So the good thing is that in my kitchen there's a window. So yeah, I'm happy about that, because if there wouldn't be any windows, then it would be another thing to be worried about. But right here we have a kitchen and there's too much light outside. I know you can't see anything. Then when I stand right here, these are my shelves. We have these custom made for us. yeah, so these are some of the things that we put on the shelves. For the hot pots, I bought them at Kamukunji, and they're also serving me so well. It's over a year now. No, it's not even over a year, it's over 2 years now. It's working pretty well. We have some spices, things that we used to make our tea, a baby bottle up there that was a present, and then we have these, I don't know, we have aluminium foil, we have tomato sauce. I always like getting my Matchbox in bulk. I don't like buying one because sometimes they disappoint you and they end when you're not prepared. So like these, I have quite a number up there, as you can see. At the supermarket I used to buy them from around 55 to 60 bob per piece, and it was the smaller piece. This is the bigger size. So right now, there's a time my hubby went to Kamukunji and he got them, and I can't remember the exact price, but I remember they were 12, and when we calculated the amount, it was coming to around 15 bob per piece. So that is a very big save for me, from around 60 shillings for the small size. Like when you cut it into two, that is what used to be sold at 60 shillings, but this one is double that size and it's being sold at around 15 shillings. So you guys should really work to Kamukunji and go and find these amazing things for our kitchen. If I could just get this final view, the tanks. Ooh, it's not that like it has so much, but for now it's serving the purpose. And also, for the previous houses we've been living with, we've never had such a big kitchen. Like this space used to be like up to here, only one person could enter into the kitchen, but here right now we have so much space and we're thinking of doing amazing things to it. So I'm in my living room area, and this is the door that leads right next to the bedroom. So there isn't much to show here. It's just my bedroom area and my husband's study area right over there. We have a window right there. That is where he does all his work. That's why his desk is so loaded. Yeah, the seat, and this is where we keep some of our laundry. And we also have a door that leads right outside around here. This is what I had in store for you. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, it's a bye-bye.